horror fans, once again it is me, the Horror Miser Monty G. It's time to do another horror movie review. This time we're going to review the movie called The Seed. Now, The Seed is a 2022 American horror film. It was written and directed by Sam Walker. The film stars Lucy Martin, Chelsea Edge, and Sophie Vassiller. I think I pronounced her last name right. Now, what starts out as a girl's weekend away in the Mojave Desert becomes a tale of horror, death, and an alien invasion. No! Okay, guys, let's see if we've seen this type of setup in a horror movie before, okay? Now, we have attracted young people going to spend a weekend at a luxurious place. I know, a beach house, a mansion, or a summer. That's what we have. Check! We have one bitchy character, one follower character, and one morally correct character. Check! After a night of partying, getting drunk, or doing some drugs, some weird shit happens and now everyone's life is in danger. Check! And basically that's what writer film director Sam Walker has crafted here with his latest entry called The Seed. Now we're introduced to Deidre, Heather, and Charlotte. They are three girlfriends who decide to spend the weekend at Heather's father's house located somewhere in the Mojave Desert. See? Isolated location. Now they're there to watch the meteor shower and have some fun at the same time. You know, have some fun, talk about boyfriends, talk about, sex, doing drugs, and watch the meteor shower. Of course, the next day, some meteor crashes into the pool, revealing some weird animal-like creature covered in some icky goo. Ugh. Nasty looking. Now, of course, as the film progresses, weird shit starts to happen, and of course, the lives of the young ladies hangs in the balance. See, right down the middle, like I said before, we have attractive young people, we have the three attractive young girls. They're staying in a very isolated place, the Heather's father's house somewhere in the Mojave Desert. They're there to have some fun and party. They see a meteor shower. Obviously, some bad shit happens when the meteor falls to the pool, and we get some animal-looking thing covered in some goo, which there start happening, and now the girls' lives are in the balance. Right down the middle. You can't get better than that. Now, one problem I do have with this film is this is supposed to be a horror comedy, but I didn't see anything funny, remotely funny in this film. If I remember looking on IMDb, it does list this as a horror comedy, but I didn't laugh. I didn't snickle. Not one thing, not even any intentional humor as this film is. I mean, that's it. This is supposed to be funny. I didn't find anything funny in this film whatsoever. Now, at least Sam Walker did get some of the horror part of the film, because we do have some nice horror elements in the film, despite the fact most of them are cliched at best. As I stated earlier, we have the bitchy character in Deidre, who is an Instagram influencer. All she cares about is, is how many likes she has and constantly taking pictures of herself. We have Heather, who is simply just a follower. She has some okay moments in there in questioning Deidre or even questioning Charlotte's choices. But she's there, she's going to follow who they want to follow. And then there's Charlotte, who is the moral compass of the ladies, and more likely is going to be the so-called hero of this story. Now, one thing I will say credit for is that all three actresses do their part, and they do a pretty good job in playing their roles, as they carry all the movie it is to make it somewhat enjoyable. You can see they have great chemistry with each other. You can see like they are good friends, despite some of the time they might rip on each other like that. But they do care for one another, and at least that's aspect of the movie that I did enjoy, and they actually do carry the film. But the big problem with Sam's script here, nothing happens in this film. I mean, nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. I mean, he makes a poor attempt of a plot that we've seen many times before, and in better horror movies. I mean, come on, it's like you have everything there, but nothing absolutely happens in this film. We see the three girls, we see the three ladies, they get there, they're having fun, the shit happens, but that's it. There's no tension, there's no suspense, there's no real type of danger that would make the audience feel sorry for the ladies, and that's something that which you would need for a film like this. I mean, there is absolutely no tone that's needed for a movie like this. It seemed like Sam was just going through the motions. Again, it's like when you write something on paper and it sounds pretty good, but then when you try to execute it, you get this. I don't know what Sam was doing as far as a writer or the director, but whatever he wrote on paper, unfortunately did not transcribe well on the film, and this is what we have here, a bunch of nothing. Now, the only other thing that Sam get right was the practical effects, as we do get some decent body horror later on in the film. I would say in the third act, somewhat into the second act, we get some trippy scenes between the alien and in between, I think it's Deidre and Heather. Some nice trippy scenes that might come out, might seem similar to Fried Barry or even Nandy, but doesn't do anything in order to make this film any good. I mean, for me, it's too little too late, as most audience will check out. This film just drags on too long with nothing really happening at all. So I'm going to give The Seed 1.5 out of my 5 bloody gold coins. Giving 1.5 out of my 5 bloody gold coins. I kind of struggled it because I did wanted to give a 2 because of the performances of the actresses and the practical effects. But it's just not enough to get it to make it at least a fair film. It's just so flat. I mean, there is no excitement, there's no tension, there's no suspense, there's no tone. It's just there, and that's not how you want to have a film this way. And like I said before, if this was supposed to be a horror comedy film, nothing's funny. I mean, I did not snigger once. There's not even any intentional humor in this film. So there you have it. That is my review and video of The Seed. I hope you guys did enjoy it. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up, like, and share, because it does help out with the YouTube algorithm. If you have seen The Seed, please make sure you leave your comments in your comment section below and tell me what you thought about the film. Also, if you're new here, please hit that subscriber button and ring that notification bell. That way you'll be notified anytime when I put a new video such as this one. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Monty G, and always remember that horror rules. I'll see you in my next video. I'm out.